Hey guys, thanks for clicking on this video. I'm Moto Marie, and as you can see from the title, your girl survived week 1 of the 75 Hard Challenge. Barely. A lot of things happened during this week, and even though I didn't think it was going to be super easy, I was not expecting some of the challenges that came my way. So stick around if you want to see the progress photo to find out if I gained weight, if I lost any weight, if I got keto flu, if I almost failed. A lot happened, so let's just get right to it. Now, if this is the first video of mine that you've clicked on, you may not know what I'm talking about. So just briefly, your girl is doing the 75 Hard Challenge, which is one of the toughest challenges here on the internet. So for 75 days, I have to complete 5 daily tasks every day in order to keep moving forward. If I miss one of them, I have to start all over. So just to recap, the tasks are to follow a diet. The diet of my choice is an animal-based, kind of keto, kind of carnivore diet. I have to do 2 workouts daily. They have to be at least 45 minutes apiece. I have to drink a certain amount of water. I chose to do 96 ounces. I have to read 10 pages of a nonfiction book and take a daily, yes, daily progress photo. So now that you know what the 5 things I have to do are, go ahead and comment down below which one you think would be the hardest. Which one would be the hardest for you out of all 5 things? Because I can guarantee you would never guess what the absolute hardest thing for me to do was, because it's not what you're thinking. Okay, so we're going to go through those 5 things that I had to do, the 5 daily tasks, in order of least tough to most tough. Because nothing was easy. Nothing was like super simple and straightforward, even though you would think a couple of them would be. So let's start with one of the quote unquote easiest ones. That was reading 10 pages of a nonfiction book. I enjoy reading, and fortunately I picked a really good book, which is Atomic Habits by James Clear. I know that book was really popular a while ago. I never got to it, but I'm reading it now, and it is very easy. But the hard part is I still would rather be doing something else. And when I first started, so like that first couple of days, I thought I would just fit it into my routine eventually. I wasn't very structured. I wasn't very scheduled. So I found myself having to stay up really late just to read those 10 pages because I still wanted to stay up and hang out on the couch and watch YouTube or a movie or whatever else before I started to even read this book. So by, I would say Wednesday, by like the 3rd night, I figured out I need a hard cutoff to start my nighttime routine, which now includes reading this book. So thankfully, it's a book that I enjoy, and if you're starting to do the challenge, I definitely suggest it to you, Atomic Habits, and it's perfect. It goes along with this challenge. So it teaches me a bunch of micro habits that turn into daily big habits in order to accomplish my goals. So excellent book, and I'm really glad I picked it. So the next one is the daily progress photo. So this one I'm not going to stay on for too long, but it was a very similar problem to what I had with the book. It seems like a very simple thing to do, but so easy to forget. There was a couple of times where I would like spring out of bed once I'm about to close my eyes and remember, oh yeah, I need to take this picture. Because I wanted to do it first thing in the morning, every morning, but I do my workouts then, and I'm normally in a rush to try to get to work. So it doesn't fit there. So overall, between the taking the picture and reading the book, I just realized by like Wednesday that even though these are small things, I need to fit them into a schedule and be a lot more structured. So I haven't failed yet. Pictures have been taken, and you're going to see some of the pictures at the end of the video today. Now, let's get to it. So the 3rd thing that, again, we're going from least to greatest as far as difficulty. The next thing was diet. So I was a little terrified because if you haven't watched any of my previous videos where I talk about what I was eating prior to starting 75 Hard, it's not like I built my way up to it. I wasn't already on some wellness journey and then decided to just lock in and really go for it. That's not what happened. I was literally just sitting on the couch eating candy and everything else right before, literally the day before I started the challenge. So of course I was very afraid of withdrawal. and also maybe getting keto flu. So I've gone from a very high carb diet to a very, very, very low carb diet. So I did not get keto flu, at least yet. And I have been taking my electrolytes and of course, drinking a lot, which we'll get to that shortly. Right now, I'm getting easily between 125 to 150 grams of protein every day. So I am never hungry. And if I feel like I might want a snack, I always just ask myself, okay, well, if your snack is like chicken breast or a steak, would you eat it? And the answer to that is always no, which means I'm not actually hungry. I'm just having a craving. So I am still fighting cravings. I have had a couple of headaches, which means I'm going through a bit of sugar withdrawal, but no overall keto flu. So far so good with the diet. It's not been the most difficult thing for me to do. Okay, so the next thing was the workouts. Yes, 2 daily workouts, 45 minutes apiece, and they all have to be at least 45 minutes apart. So you can't do like an hour and a half session of one thing. That was obviously challenging. I was very sedentary, so I was not like popping up first thing on that Monday morning, just excited to get to it. No, I started the challenge just simply because I knew I could not wait until that motivation hit me. I had to just do something. And so that's what I did. And the first morning was awful, having to get out of my warm and comfy bed and go out there and get on that treadmill. And then just to have to turn around and do it again, 4 hours later, I was tired and my body reacted like I was doing something to it and it was freaking out. So even just going on the treadmill and doing an incline, steady state cardio, basically, nothing too crazy or too tough, was not the easiest thing to do, more mentally than physically. So my plan for working out, just so you know, is to progressive overload. So every day I'm gonna do a little bit more than I did the day before, go freaking harder than last time. If anybody knows where that's from, go ahead and comment down below. But for me to even look at the treadmill, walk over there and hit the button, my heart rate was already getting really high. So the first few days, it was tough and I felt a little bit sore, but again, nothing too crazy because it is just walking for the most part. But towards the end of the week, I felt like my heart rate was starting to calm down a little bit. My body stopped freaking out, but scheduling it, doing it on the days that I have to commute to work. So if you haven't seen that video where I basically wake up at 5 a.m., work out, go to work, come home after 6 p.m., workout, that is not the easiest thing to do, but it's what has to be done, right? So I can say that it has been difficult, but I've actually been enjoying it because I sit there and I get to listen to the music that I want to listen to. Nobody bothers me. So I try to enjoy it as much as I can, but for the most part, I still rather be sitting on my butt. Let's move on to the last thing. Now, let me know if you actually thought that getting the water in was going to be the absolute most difficult thing. I don't think I would have guessed that. I knew getting that much water in would be tough, going from drinking absolutely no water at all to a bunch. But it's been the hardest, the absolute hardest thing to get 96 ounces of water in. So I have a rule, and it is to hydrate before caffeinate. So first thing in the morning before I have my cup of coffee, I drink 24 ounces. After that is basically downhill from there. I mean, I try to set goals as far as time, but you have to understand that I'm also getting somewhere between 30 to 40 grams of protein plus fat with my meals. So I am full for hours. Like if I really wanted to, I can go and just eat 2 meals a day and wouldn't even be hungry in between. Right now I'm still eating 3, but imagine me already being full. I'm not in the mood to like go and chug water, which is what I have to make myself do. So if you have any ideas on how to make this process easier, let me know because I'm not sure. I've tried my best. I see the clock. I chug when I have to, but it's not pleasurable. And if I don't make this better, mentally it's gonna be a grind to do. So I don't want next week for me to report that getting water in is still the hardest thing. it seems, again, it's one of those simple things that I feel like I'm just messing up on. So I could definitely use some suggestions on how to get more water in a lot faster throughout the day. The first time on that Monday, I literally had to chug 24 ounces of water before I went to bed. And on average, I'm not a person that has to wake up to go to the bathroom, thank goodness. But obviously I did that night. I was like 9:30 at night and I just chugged 24 ounces of water. So I was up in the middle of the night going to the bathroom and it sucked. So yeah, if you guys have any just tips, suggestions, let me know. I'm also hoping that my body will adjust, because going from drinking no water to a lot of water, obviously my body's trying to figure out what to do with it. You know, when you first start drinking more water, you go to the bathroom a lot and it's super annoying. Well, right now I'm in that state. So I'm hoping sometime next week that adjusts and I can stop having to interrupt my work and going to the bathroom and just like feeling that overall full feeling. So I'm starting to think, what, maybe flavored water. I won't count like putting in packets and stuff, but I can throw some lemon in there, I guess. But again, if you guys have any ideas or clues, please let your girl know, because I am struggling with the water. To be honest with you, I'd rather throw in an extra 10-minute workout. I mean, 10 minutes, but yeah, probably wouldn't know more than that. But I'd rather do like an extra 10 minutes or do a couple more jumping jacks than drink 96 ounces of water. That's been very difficult. All right, so on to the good news. So as far as my weight, my starting weight was 151.8 and my weigh-in for the Sunday was 149.4. So I lost 2.4 pounds in this week. I'm very excited. I actually haven't been in the 140s in like forever. So I don't care that it's 149 point something. I'll take it. And I'm actually starting to feel like less puffy, a little less puffy, not a lot. It's probably placebo, but I'll take it. Placebo is there for a reason, right? Make us feel good. So I'll take it. And now I will go ahead and show you my progress photo. All right, so that wraps up week 1. And I'm a little scared going forward, but I think I got this. So I learned a lot, make sure I am more structured, and I mean, discipline. That's what the whole challenge is about, right? So just embracing that and staying consistent and making sure I'm more on top of things. So hopefully you decided to do this with me. If you did, go ahead and comment down below or let me know if you're on your own journey. Or if you're just rooting from the sidelines and just kind of taking a peek to see how it all goes. So I will see you guys next week. I have a lot planned as far as going to the gym and just trying different exercises to make sure everything stays interesting and fresh. I know it's only been 2 weeks, but even I can't just walk on the treadmill forever. And it's actually reached 20 degrees Fahrenheit outside, so I should be able to start doing outside workouts coming shortly. You never know with the Midwest, so we'll see. But if you stayed here this long, please make sure you subscribe, because I have a bunch of videos coming out. Go ahead and comment down below. Let me know how you're doing, if you're doing this, what you think of it, and make sure you like the video. Obviously, I'm a small channel, so comments and likes help a lot. All right, guys, see you on the next one. Bye.